Boom shakalaka. It seems like a lot of people are very, very bored with Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market moving sideways for as long as it has. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at why this is likely the calm before the storm, based on a few very interesting charts. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at why this is likely the calm before the storm. We have a few very interesting charts that you want to see, proving that this is likely the buildup that will result in massive price explosion, green candles shooting through the roof. You definitely want to stay tuned for that. Before we do, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love, where every week we give away one of these sweet shirts. Also, today's episode is sponsored by Gennix, so stay tuned till the end for a sponsored review. Now, like I said, pretty much everybody is just poking Bitcoin, being like, come on, do something. This is boring. Go up, go down. I really don't care. Just do something. You've been going sideways. And in yesterday's video, we talked a lot about how Bitcoin is in a very sideways phase. And even William Clemente is saying he's really considering buying some volatility in the next week or so, saying how the market is just kind of boring. It's not even, there's no volatility. Cryptocurrency is supposed to be volatile. It's not. What's going on? Well, if we take a look here on this chart from TechDev, historically, the 1.272 to 1.618 fib levels has been a consolidation zone for Bitcoin. If we take a look at all three halvings, the first, the second, and the third halving, right now we've been in this zone since around December of 2020. Just been going sideways, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, pretty much $50,000 plus or minus $20,000. That's where Bitcoin's been for the last year. Kind of boring. Same thing happened back here in 2017 between the 1.272 and the 1.618. And same thing happened back here in 2013 as well. And it wasn't until Bitcoin crossed that 1.618 level that we really started to see some price movement. That 1.618 level is right around the $70,000 top we saw previously. Because if we take a look, again, the cycles are just repeating over and over and over again. Before it breaks through that 1.618 level, it actually rests on this 1.472. It rested down here on a wick before it took off. And in halving 2, it rested down here on a wick before it took off. Now this one, it is a bit slower. It's actually resting several candles on the 1.472 level before hopefully taking off. Because if we take a look, there's some more interesting potential Bitcoin repetitions where this is looking a lot more like the first halving cycle than the third halving cycle. I'll just show you again. This is the first one. This is the third one. Again, this is looking a lot more like the first one because we have kind of the black swan event. And if you take a look at these RSI boxes down here, this repeats pretty much identically what happened back here in 2013. And also the post black swan event phase in the yellow here, again, pretty much same type of thing, just on a different time frame. Which brings us to this. In the shorter term, we're basically on the verge of the breakout. Because this is the silence, this is the boredom, this is what nobody likes, but this is the silence before an explosion. Now explosion up, explosion down, who's to say? It appears based on on-chain that it would be an explosion up, but the market also likes to disappoint a lot of people, so it could be temporarily an explosion down, especially find a lot of people longing on leverage because we have smarter traders now and they just basically liquidate retail longers and retail shorters. That's basically all they do for fun. Make a lot of money, make the price jump back and forth as it's going sideways. But if we take a look here, back in 2020, we had this wedge, the Black Swan COVID event, and then once it broke above the top of that wedge, found support there, it took off. Well, the same thing's happening right now. A little bit of coiling up. We broke above there. We're resting on there right now. Well, guess what's coming up? The bottom line of that wedge is intersecting with the top line of it, and we could potentially see the price going back up in the near future. But that's not the only thing that's happening, because that's just the price. But really what's happening is Bitcoin and Ethereum supplies have continued moving off exchanges rapidly for the better portion of 2 years. It's becoming scarce. It's becoming not able to have. But a lot of this is probably happening through over-the-counter trades. Because if we take a look, we have big companies like MicroStrategy's buying up a ton of Bitcoin. Not only that, we have Bitcoin publicly held as publicly accessible shares. We see other corporate treasuries other than MicroStrategy's continuing to accumulate. They buy these, but they buy these through Coinbase custody, which is an over-the-counter solution which does not influence price. And you have to remember that Bitcoin supply is limited. There's 21 million. 90% have already been mined so far, which is bringing us to a point right now that we could be heading towards an explosion. And this chart right here takes a look at the Bitcoin floor to peak trajectory theory, saying that the Bitcoin chart is the floor to peak trajectory theory shows how the movement at the bottom has always directly correlated with the timing and height at the peak. So we can see here how basically the bottoms and the trajectory on the peak are somewhat related. They form these little bows right here. So straight line there and a bent line here. Straight line here, bent line here. Straight line here, bent line here. Pretty much the same every time, but the length of it and the duration depends upon this trajectory of this line. So as we can see here, the 2011 peak was pretty good for predicting the top. The 2013 peak as well, that was based off of this peak right here. Well, if we go further, this predicted the 2017 peak. And if we extrapolate it to 2022, this could potentially be looking for a $280,000 to $400,000 peak in 2022. So it could be looking for a much larger follow-up movement that's coming in the near future. So while this is boring, and while people would basically pay for some volatility, you have to remember that in the end, it's the quiet before the storm. So just be patient, my friends. Now, onto the sponsored review. Guys, this is a sponsored review, so clearly do your own due diligence. This is not an endorsement of the project. I'm just merely showing you about the project, and then you can decide on your own to do your own research and invest if it's something you're interested in. Now, today we're talking about gennix. The gennix protocol was created to maximize growth. Their end-to-end lending and borrowing platform is designed for a variety of digital assets and financial products. We can click the app right here, and when we take a look at that, we have the dashboard of the app, so the supply and the balance. Also on the app, there is staking, so you deposit your tokens to receive GNNX, the Gennix Network Governance Token, and then your accrued GNNX tokens will automatically be claimed when you withdraw the deposited LP tokens. Also, there's farming, so you deposit your GNNX tokens to receive rewards of your choice from following recommendation, and your accrued reward tokens will be automatically claimed when you withdraw the deposited GNNX tokens. And then the market, so total supplied, total borrowed, and governance, all of that on the app there. And furthermore, they have a whole book on how to actually use the app, the platform guide, so you can find more information about the dashboard, more information about borrowing and lending of assets, about how to lend, about how to borrow from the protocol, about staking and farming as well, and also the gennix market right there. Now, back to the website, we can see here that you can launch the app there. You can go take a look on PancakeSwap, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. You can see the contract address here. And up at the top, they have About Us, Team, White Paper, NFTs. You can buy GNNX, the guide, price trackers, news, audit reports, different things like that. We'll go into them later in the episode. Right now, they are listed on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and PancakeSwap. So what is gennix? Gennix lending protocol is designed to maximize scalability, composability, and growth. The project promotes end-to-end lending and borrowing of digital assets and related financial products by operating on a decentralized network. A game-changing feature that distinguishes gennix from other DeFi projects is its development on the Binance Smart Chain network and NFTs with utility. Value for collateral, if we take a look at the GNNX allocation, 10% to the seeding funding and initial, 5% promotion and referral, 20% ecosystem, 5% first round inclusive sales, 20% liquidity, 10% reserved for future sales, 20% team and advisors, 10% second round of private sales. Now with this, they have micro lending capabilities, and the roadmap, we've seen Q3, they have build and launch borrowing and lending platform, collaborate with major DEX, integration of credit rating system, expand into Asia and Europe, cross-chain bridge into XDAI. Q4, integrate Cosmos price feed Oracle, add liquidity dashboard, launch binary options platform and NFT staking. And then Q1 of 2022, which would be now, potential integration of tokenized shares, stocks, commodities, and more collateral, refreshed UI UX with new and improved features, new dashboard for analytics across multiple chains in real time. You can see some of their partners here: Technicorum Holdings, the Tech Launcher, Hash Street, and Digital Treasures Center. We'll take a look into that in a little bit as well. Now, this DTC is to integrate fiat crypto payments. So Technicorum Holdings, an IT and service group specializing in digital assets and incubator of DeFi and NFT projects. KingSwap today announced gennix, a micro-lending platform aimed at reducing financial inequality on the blockchain, which has struck a strategic business partnership with DTC to integrate crypto fiat payment for consumers. So they're delighted to be a strategic partner to gennix and potential future developments in the DeFi ecosystem. DTC acts as a payment gateway and liquidity provider for gennix to convert between fiat and crypto. Onboarded users also get access to DTC's compliant and secure wallet solution that complements the decentralized platform at gennix. Now, if we take a look at the team here, they have a lot of experience in the finance and the IT sector. We can see the CEO with 17 years of professional experience in the finance and technology industries, the lead technical consultant with 11 years of engineering experience, development more than 35 mobile apps. And as we continue down, we can see other people with 13 years of professional working experience in software development and 16 years in IT and banking. So you can see they have a lot of experience in related fields. Now, their smart contract has been audited by antihack.me. You can see here for gennix. And if we take a look, scroll down to, I think around page 9, we could see the summary of it right here. They are considered secure according to this audit. Now, if we take a look at gennix, GNNX, on CoinGecko, we can see right now trading at 11 cents. You can see the contract address there. The market cap not reported this time, but you can see the 24-hour trading volume. And then if we take a look at the chart, pretty much been trading sideways. So that is that. And if we take a look at markets, we can see it is listed on PancakeSwap as well. And if you are interested in gennix, you could certainly go to their website and do a bit more research on your own. You could click buy GNNX up there if that's something you're interested in. Thank you very much for sponsoring the episode. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.